So there is a brand new Evo and it looks relatively decent, to be honest. You have got the Octopus. Bring a player closer to the heroic strengths of Matweedy. Enhances pace, defense and physicality, including a CDM hold-in ++ upgrade to become a feared defensive powerhouse. This is going to be an interesting one, and like we've said with a lot of these now evolutions, we have got multiple things from cosmetic, roles, playstyle plus, singular upgrades, skill move weak foots. It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this works. So, for instance, if we was to take someone like Benton Cure, you're looking at level 1, play 2 matches in rush, rivals or squad battles and winning one of them. You then have the intercept playstyle as well as then a bit more upgrades. You then have got to win 2 matches in rush with your actor Evo, rivals or squad battles, and play in 2 matches in rivals only with that one. And then finally, achieve 1 clean sheet. Going to be very difficult in rush if you are trying there, but it is possible. And play 2 matches in rivals again. So at the minimum, you've got to play 4 actual rivals matches, and to be honest, you could probably argue the rush in this one, but it depends on if the objective is still there, because at the moment I believe it's only a 78 or 79 that you can use. So unfortunately, unless you are evoing anybody on that sort of rating, you can't get him there. But you'll also get the holding ++, first touch playstyle and intercept playstyle as well. Now, in terms of cards you will want to do this with, there is going to be a fair few that do look at least semi-decent. Now, it is coins, so you've got to pay, what, 50, was it 50,000 or 750 points? To be honest, and it may not be the most favored opinion, I much prefer using points for these personally, unless they are like ridiculous and there's no upgrade really to them. I much prefer doing that than 50k, because it always seems that it's harder to get that 50k than it is to just load up money. But again, depending on situations and how you play the game, I can understand that coinless are more than acceptable for this. So if we go into it then, the max upgrade you're going to find is going to be 85 rated from that 81. You are going to get the CDM holding ++, intercept first touch, a maximum of 85 overall, +3 on the passing, +3 on the dribbling, 8 defending, going up to a maximum of 83, so it's always something you got to consider now. We then have the maximum 84 physicality, but going up by 8, 12 on the pace, but maximum of 83. I'm a big fan of these Evos in what they are to bring. It may not be right now like, okay, they're going to get the full upgrade anyway, but what they can do, for instance, not going too far over the pace, meaning he could go into another Evo very soon. I am much more of a fan of this, to be honest. So let's have a look. Benton Cure actually wouldn't be a terrible one. So if we have a look at him in general, so we get 79 pace, 83 on the passing, 85 dribbling, 83 physical, and 83 defending, and 84 physical. That, to be honest, is really not a bad card. Straight off the bat, that's pretty decent. Like, if you compare it to, for instance, from box to box, Benton Cure is definitely going to suit more of a DM role, which is going to be really nice, or DM to kind of a passing DM as well. That's going to be a nice one. So if we have a look as well in the evolved players, because I'm pretty sure we are pretty good. Ideally, 83, 86, 84, 180. Again, not terrible. It can play across the board, because what you could see with something like this is, right now you've got a good amount of DM sort of category on him. All you need is a hunter and you've whacked him back as more of a box-to-box again. Not bad whatsoever. Ward-Prowse with a bit of an upgrade. João Gomez looking decent enough. Okay, we can take that. Then if we go a bit further down, we've got a lot of females, 71, 76... 83, 83, 82, not terrible again, but a 3-star, 2-star, which is a little bit lacking. We have got Sarah's a very good option as well. A lot of them will be more towards the Prem. You've got Wharton looking good, just needs a bit more shooting if it was going to be a box-to-box, but that's fine. Vermin missing out a bit of a pace. Okay, you've got quite a few decents. Gravenberch as well if you wanted to build Spurs. He had Spurs. Honestly, I swear I don't see half of these transfers. If then we go a bit further down, because I know Menu can be in this. Basuma looks very good as well. That's always a nice card. I would say definitely there is plenty to get going in this one if you're already struggling for that DM, CM, somebody to have in your team that kind of works. There is a solid amount of options here that just makes sense, because when you look at the likes of a lot of the DMs that we've got, they are still very, very expensive for the better ones. So being able to just get a cheeky one in here, like you got 85k, 50, and I know technically if you was to take the cost of the evolution as well, but you can obviously use points if you really needed to. If we go a bit further down, you've obviously got Kimmich coming in at 7.5. Pace wise could do with a bit of an upgrade. You're looking at Rice at 20. I suppose that's not terrible in itself. Again, pace wise it's very similar to Rice, but could be a little bit better, and only a 3-3 is a little bit underwhelming. Gundogan with a bit of pace would be fantastic as well. But then we look at the likes of Tonali. Tonali is going to be the one that you're looking at here. You've got obviously Gomes with a little bit less of the pace, but Tonali looking like a very complete midfielder with a hunter. That one would definitely be the one to be looking at there. Vitinha more box to box. You've obviously got Tchouaméni at extinction. Conte looking good again this year. Very nice. You got Casemiro that I can't take seriously. He's going to need like a plus 45 pace. So you are looking at a decent option here. I'm assuming these are the kind of most favoured ones at the moment, by the looks of it, I think. You've obviously got Basuma, who I think is going to be my #1 favourite there. And you do have the likes, because you don't have to go as close to the top rating. But if you was to go with a Kobe... Why am I trying to do Mainu? I can do Mainu. 77 rated, go into the evolution. What you could do is something like this as well. Go from the Octopus into the intro to the stats limit. I'm assuming you could potentially go the other way around as well, maybe. So go from like the intro to the stat limit into the Octopus, but I don't know if that is possible just yet. By the looks of it, he might have too much, because it's a max 78 pace. So if we went from box to box, what are we missing out on? So it's 78 pace, he wouldn't have. 80 defending, which he doesn't have. 78 physical. 7 play styles, max 80 agility. So that might be it. And he would already be a CDM. So what's the problem there? What we got? 80 agility. He would have 81. Okay, so that makes sense. So he'd go the other way around. So that's the only way to do it. So you could make him into an 83, which is very nice if you are looking in that sort of direction for him. So that's going to be a nice option. And I'm assuming with this one as well, you have got the likes of Agate, who looks pretty decent going forward. Evolution, he cannot go in. I'm assuming he might have something that might be a bit. 80 physical max defending. 78 physical, so unfortunately he can't go into this one, but as we can see, he could go into something else, and you've got yourself a pair in there. That's the best thing about it, is you can make your own teams as well, which is nice. So you could potentially really kind of get your past and present, like Wolves, Villa team, where maybe not everybody's at that level. This one could really produce something of a good starting baseline for midfield. So very, very nice Evo. I think for me, Basuma looks a great addition. Bentancur looks decent, I'd say. And I'd go Adili as a future upgrade. João Gomez, I'd say, is another one in the 85 category. Vermon's pace, I mean, he's got a decent kind of array of skills. Obviously, the 88 passing's going to be his big selling point. And obviously, having the 4-star weak foot is always nice. And even Sarr, to be fair to him, does look a very, very nice option. And especially Wharton as well. So loads and loads of Prem options that you can go for. Let me know down below who you're going to go for, because there is so many options that you could go with this. If I just quickly have a look at the Premier League just to see, we got Sarr, Gomez, Gravenberch, I'd say would be a little bit under everybody. Doucouré, never a bad shout. O'Reilly, Skip. We got Endo, not really. Tillemans' pace is just absolutely off the charts there. I'd say that's probably going to be the favourite 3 or 4 there, especially from the Prem. That's not going to be terrible. And then obviously Danilo, who I thought was a right back, to be honest, but maybe somebody else. So let me know down below, and I'll catch you all for the next one.